If you follow me, Elegantly Knackered style, for my renovation journey, you will want to watch this one. This is the one you've been waiting for.
A little different than all the rest.
Hello and welcome. It's a bank holiday weekend here in the UK, and as you can see, the sun is beautiful today. It was horrible rain yesterday. I think we've got more rain forecast this weekend, so making the most. I'm out in the garden. I'll show you what Mark's doing later. We have got good news, but that means that inside the house is chaos. So come rain or shine, I have to be outside today because I can't bear the chaos. But anyway, I'll show you what he's doing later, but for now, let me show you what I'm doing in the garden. As you can see, Maple is in her normal place, lying in the middle of my herb bed. You little scamp, Maple, aren't you? Yes, you are. But anyway, I have got some sweet peas to plant over there, and then I've got a courgette plant as well, and I've also been given a pumpkin. And although this is my herb garden, this is the only area that I've got to plant anything in at the moment. So I've decided to plant my sweet peas here, and then I think I'm going to put the courgette there and the pumpkin at the back. I won't be doing this in the long run, but for now, having some cut flowers to go in vases and enjoying a pumpkin and also some courgettes is probably more important than just being precious over keeping it as purely a herb garden. So let's get going. Oh dear, here's me talking without my microphone working. What I'm saying is my sweet peas are now in, and that I'm going to go on to plant my courgettes. Poor Mark has hurt his back again this morning, so I've persuaded him to come out and just sit and watch me doing some gardening, and hopefully it will feel better a bit later on, fingers crossed. Here's another microphone failure. I'm sorry about this. What I'm saying here is that the sweet peas are in, the courgette is in, and now I'm going to plant a pumpkin right at the back of the bed. I hadn't intended to plant a pumpkin, but it's been given to me, so let's give it a go. It's another beautiful day here in Norfolk, which is fabulous, and I'm going out to do one of my least favourite jobs. I've got to trim the verge and then just go around the garden strimming. Yeah, I don't really like it, but it's got to be done, so let's get on. I nearly forgot. Before I do that, let me just go and grab some secateurs, whiz along the bank to see if there's any flowers that I could pick just to put in a vase. It seems a shame to trim anything down when they're so beautiful, so let's go and see what I can find. So many little bees going about their work. I've never tried comfrey in a vase. I might give that a go. And I think that's a bit of Herb Robert. So I'm just going to pick a few bits and see how they fare in a vase. We haven't got too long to sit around today. It's a very busy weekend, but we have got time to have a quick lunch in the garden. This is the first time we've done this year, and it's glorious. There's no rest for the wicked this weekend. We think, fingers crossed, that we have some new plumbers arriving tomorrow to finish off all the plumbing, which is brilliant. But it does mean that this weekend we need to move everything around and make sure that they have clear access. And unfortunately, Mark had a twingy back, so I'm trying to get on with it. Okay, this is the first test of the herb garden. Mark is inside cooking. He feels that he can do that even with a twinge back. So whilst I've been clearing the house, getting ready for the plumbers, he's cooking, and he sent me out now to see if I can find some of the herbs for a salad. So let me see. First off, he wanted thyme. So that's the thyme there. So that's good. And I think I've also got a rainbow thyme down here. I have, yes. Next up, he wanted parsley. Now I've got lots of parsley. This is a curly parsley, a giant Italian parsley, French parsley, and that was just, what was that one? That's coriander. So got lots of parsley there to choose from. Right, what was next on the list? Marjoram, that's it. So I've got some marjoram here. These are the rest of my sweet peas, which I need to plant somewhere. And I'm sure I've got another marjoram somewhere down here as well. That's a marjoram as well. So we can tick the marjoram off. What was the final thing? Rosemary. Of course, I've got loads of rosemary. So I've got the rosemary hedges. There's another rosemary there. And there is also a rosemary by the front door. The only thing I don't have is oregano, so that's something that I can put on my list. But the herb garden has served me well this afternoon. I do have oregano. I thought I did. It's here. Right. So we had absolutely everything that was needed. And there's some more parsley growing there as well. Oh, I'm so happy. And whilst I'm here, I'm just going to point out my ranunculus, which just haven't done very well, and I was a bit worried that I'd done something wrong. There's some more on that side, and I saw a gardener on Instagram saying that ranunculus just haven't done very well this year because it's been far too wet. So that's a shame, but at least it's not something that I've done. And whilst we're in the garden, I can see that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dahlias coming up. I can also see that I need to do a bit of weeding, but it's all looking really good. I'm so pleased. I'm pleased to see that this rose has picked up. I was really worried that I'd killed this one. This is Maiden's Blush, and these are looking good too. That was my 50th birthday rose from my friend, which is called Wild Eve. And then there's another rose over here called Gentle Hermione, and that's got flowers on too. So thankfully I haven't managed to kill those. I gave them a good prune back. I'm not really a rose expert, so I was a bit worried, but they're all looking really, really good. I really shouldn't be giving you a tour of my garden whilst Mark has asked for herbs, so I better pop in with them. I haven't got the microphones on, but this looks amazing. So what is it?
I got Mediterranean lemon chicken.
Mediterranean lemon chicken.
And there was another Mediterranean rice salad, which is made with wild rice.
Amazing.
And loads of other lovely ingredients. So.
Thank you so much. It looks as though it's going to be another fabulous day today, and this is the view that I love looking out at first thing in the morning. But this is what I really wanted to show you. Is that a plumber's van I see outside our property? I think it might be. This is the moment we've been waiting for. We have plumbers on site, which is amazing. After all the hassles we've had, it's so good. And we're hoping by the end of this week we're going to have inside hot and cold water. That's the idea anyway. And even better news is by the time the plumbers have left, we'll be able to crack on with the ensuite, which is absolutely fantastic news. I'm just going for a walk to find some, hopefully, cow parsley, and I've walked past this little stall and I've seen that they've got some sweet rocket, which is something that I actually want. So it's only down the road for me. I'll pop back later and pick some of that up. Brilliant. So as I've just said, I'm going on a little walk. The plumbers are busy working back at Star Corner. I must admit it's quite noisy today. They've got their radio on and hammering and doing all sorts. Not that I'm complaining because we're so thrilled to have plumbers on site, but I just thought I'd come up with a bit of calm. And I thought that I would look for some cow parsley. I know I'll find loads because there's loads around. Because I bought some tulips the other day just from a supermarket and I was so underwhelmed with them. They just didn't do anything. They sort of just sat there and then went there quite quickly. And that for me was the final decision about buying cheap flowers from a supermarket. Isn't this beautiful? Right on my doorstep. Absolutely glorious. That's better. I've stopped at this bench and that's my view. So anyway, the plan with my garden is to eventually have things in there where everything is for the cutting, and I want to be able to go into my garden every week and pick something. And last week I bought my friends some parrot tulips from Petersham Nurseries, and they were stunning, absolutely stunning. And those tulips were what really made me think, enough. I hardly ever buy flowers anyway, certainly not from a supermarket. I try to get them from my local market or from my local flower farmers. And the other week the market just didn't deliver for me, and I didn't have time to go to a flower farmer because they're a bit of a distance away. Anyway, I succumbed to supermarket flowers, and I won't do that again. So from now on, obviously I need to clear lots of my garden and get the beds ready, but from now on, whenever I feel that I have a gap in my garden and that it's not delivering, I will go to a garden nursery and I will buy something that's in season. But next year I will have something flowering at that time. And if every time I do that, think there's a gap, I need something, if every time I do that, if I go to the garden nursery, A, I'll be supporting my local garden nursery, but B, hopefully in years to come, I'll just have this amazing succession of homegrown flowers for my home. We carry on walking. Let's go. Let's talk about plumbers. Oh my goodness. Somebody said the other day, have you ever counted how many times you've said the plumbers? Because we've had a nightmare with plumbers. We couldn't find any. Then we found one, and then they weren't particularly nice. And then they went bust. But anyway, as you've seen earlier, plumbers have turned up today and they seem to be good. They're getting on with their work. And I feel like crying today, actually. It's just a relief. It has been so stressful because we haven't had indoor hot water for, I think it's about 3 years. We're trying to get on with the small bathroom, and we can't until we have running hot water. We have to boil a pan every time we want to wash up. And just, I don't think I realised how it was getting me down until finally they turned up today, and I just felt this whoosh of emotion. I just wanted to burst into tears. Anyway, they're here. We're having the hot water and cold water sorted out, so we'll have that by the end of the week. Connecting the radiators, we've got 5 radiators to connect, and hopefully they'll be able to put in the boiler and link the boiler up to the oil tank. And there is a surprise coming later on this week which will just transform our kitchen, which I can't wait to show you. It's beautiful. Cow parsley everywhere. So I'm just going to pick some cow parsley to take home and put it in a vase. As you can see, there's so much that it really won't hurt me taking a few bits, but I'll keep walking and get it when I'm a bit nearer to home. Probably the final topic of conversation on this walk is budget. We had a massive budget for the house, and we should have had more than enough. And then we went into a cost of living crisis, and prices have just shot up, and now we've run out of money. It's unbelievable. So I know sometimes we're asked why we're taking so long and all of that jazz, and there's a couple of reasons. Mark and I are doing a DIY renovation, so it's just us, and we have a life too. We work full time, so we only have the weekends to work, and to be quite honest, we're knackered, and I'm not sure that we're elegantly knackered at the moment. So that's one reason. It's very time consuming. If you haven't done a big renovation like this, you will have no idea actually the work it takes, and it's not just a spot of decorating. Anyway, by the by, we made that decision and we're ploughing on with it, but God, it's a bit congy around that stuff. There's manure, really pong. So anyway, but the budget situation, oh my goodness. I think at the moment as well, money is pouring out. Now, I don't particularly like the phrase champagne taste lemonade budget, but that certainly is what it feels like at the moment. So we're just having to try and make decisions, and there's lots of expenditure. We need a shower, obviously we're paying for the plumbers. We need a kitchen of some description. We need tiles all throughout the downstairs. We need sanitary ware. We need paint. We need blah, 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 blah. It's just never ending. Let's just take a breather. The sun's come out. It's glorious. So yes, I just think that we will obviously finish the renovation at some point, but I can see it getting slower and slower now because everything that we need to get is really expensive, so we need to save up for it and then spend it, save up for it and then spend it, which is so frustrating. And it feels as though we're so near now to the finishing line, but the big expense coming up is just crippling. But we'll get there, we'll do it. We've got our lifetime to achieve it, so we'll get there, but it is frustrating. Sure, there are plenty of free things that we can get on with until then, the garden being one of them. Lots of manual labour to be done in the garden, but yeah, it's frustrating. Please don't think for 1 minute that this is me grumbling. Absolutely not. We love our house. We know how lucky we are to have our house. We've achieved so much already. We're very creative with how we spend our money and how we create our dream home. So no, I'm certainly not moaning. I just wanted a bit of a reality check that we don't have a blank checkbook to keep writing out. So I just think things are going to go a bit slower, but I think it's just going to make for an even nicer home when it's done. Let's hope so anyway. One last look at the glorious Norfolk countryside before I get back on the road. And I'll collect some cow parsley now, which is why I came out in the first place. Isn't that beautiful? I always bring my little portable secateurs with me when I'm out and about. If I can find these, I'll add a link to them in my description because they're so handy just to pop in your pocket. They fold up. Let me show you. There, they fold up just like that and slip in your pocket quite easily. There we go. A sweet rocket, which I may regret getting because I think it spreads quite a lot, but I thought that it would make beautiful cut flowers, and also you can eat sweet rocket too, so that will go in my salad herb bed. How fantastic. Let me stop because it's just jigging around. There we go, you get a proper look at it. Hopefully next year that sweet rocket will fill my indoor flower gap. The plumbers have just left. Mark has arrived home as well, so there's copper pipes.
I know, look at that.
They've done well, haven't they?
I think so. Looking good.
I'm not sure whether they're coming back tomorrow or the day after, but
I've got them down for the day after.
And he thought it was coming tomorrow, so we'll see. But anyway,
It doesn't matter, does it?
He said that hopefully we will have hot water by the end of the next day that he's here.
Yeehaw.
I know, it's so exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
So they've done all of this, which, I mean, gosh, that looks quite complicated. So that's the cloakroom hot and cold tap.
Yeah.
This is obviously going to the boiler somewhere, is it? This.
No, I haven't looked at the corner here actually. So I think that goes down into the... Oh no, yes, some of it will be ready for the boiler. There's the cold. That's the outside tap.
Oh.
There's the cold water going up there.
So then we've got cold water coming here.
Oh no, it's got to be the hot water,
and
sorry.
they've just left us a little tap so we can actually fill the kettle up tonight.
Yeah.
So let's go and look what's happened in the kitchen.
We've got the cold feed there as well for the toilet, which will be down here as well.
Oh. So when the is it the boiler? I'm calling it the boiler.
Yeah.
That needs to be installed on that pad there.
Yeah.
We'll have a cupboard above the boiler there. So let me get this right. The boiler will be built into a cupboard, and above the boiler we'll have the washing machine. Have they left us a washing machine feed thing? Have we got that?
That's a very good point, actually.
Anyway,
it's easy sort. It's easily done.
so the boiler there, washing machine there, built-in cupboard, the cloakroom.
That's a false wall on that back
I can't
wall.
think what the cloakroom is called. In the powder room in America, I believe. So sink there, toilet, and then just about there, that's where there'll be a wall, a stud wall there.
Yeah, it's going to be here, roughly.
Yeah, so the stud wall will be there, and we'll be able to do that as soon as these guys are finished. Well, not as soon as, but
Well, yeah, it just means that we can actually get on and we're not hindering them.
Yeah, so
the only
let's
reason why we
go-
haven't done that is so they could have easy access to it all.
let's go look in the kitchen. There have been 2 plumbers today, so another plumber has been working on this. So this is the feed to the hot and cold tap here, where the sink will be, and then there's another feed for the dishwasher, which will be over here. So that's looking good. And then we can go and look in the bathroom. It's dark in here, so that's the gubbins for the underfloor heating.
Yeah, that's a manifold.
Do they need to do anything to that?
I think they've got to put one valve on there or something because they've done it upstairs in the way that it's
Right.
is
So this
designed.
pipe is the hot and cold to the sinks. We've got 2 sinks going in, and then tomorrow they're just going to carry on and put the feed in for the...
Well, you can see because I mean they've
It's a bit dark.
Can you-
For the feed in. Oh, it is lighter. The feed in for the shower.
yeah.
Just there. Happy
Yeah,
days.
so he's just got to connect up the high level feed for the system here, and he's got to bring the pipes in here, and he's got to bring a pipe up there. That's it, and then he's finished the pipe work.
Can I just say, with no wind, with the skylight not there, how amazing is that light coming in from
It's quite good, isn't it?
coming in from the bedroom?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my goodness, I'm just so excited. So hot water hopefully by the end of Thursday at the latest.
Yeah, and he's going to put a temporary fix in here as well for this toilet.
Oh yeah, that
Connector.
toilet seems to be loose now. I'm not sure whether they've lent on it or
Oh
something.
no,
That's...
it's fine. It was never put in properly.
No, I know, but that's rather
Yeah,
wobbly
they
now.
have lent on it. I can see they have.
Yeah.
But that's fine. But they will connect that up. Then we can get rid of the mains feed that it's connected to at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Happy?
I am happy. Yeah.
What a fantastic weekend we've had, and what a relief to see the plumbers finally here on site doing what they need to do, and it will all be over soon, and then we can get on with the bathroom, which is absolutely brilliant. I really hope you enjoyed this vlog. Please remember to subscribe. I've added a link to buy me a coffee if you would like to buy me a coffee, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.